Hey y'all, welcome back to Two Witches Talking. I'm Megan and I am joined, of course, by Morgan. Hey Morgan.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's, 30 degrees in the morning, 80 degrees in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here in Tucson.
I was thinking about you this week actually because on my phone, I'm on my weather app. I have Tucson on there as well because I was there for several days. So, that's what I do. And I had accidentally swiped over and we were about the same degree of temperature like in the morning. I think it was 43 here and it was 40 there. And I was like, wow, only mine was going up to like 63 and yours was going up to like 78 or something. And I was like, oh, that's the desert for you.
Yeah, I still wear flip-flops with sweaters.
But it feels seasonal.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Can't hate that.
No.
Well, Merry Christmas if y'all are listening on the day of.
Yay!
Yay! And today we are sharing just some fun stories. It's our favorite Christmas stories. Just like we did with Thanksgiving, where y'all were tuning in while you're cooking or prepping for family. We want to do the same thing here for you on Christmas. Because we know, as witches, you may also still celebrate Christmas as well as Yule, or maybe you do it all on one day, because it's what a lot of our culture does. So, yeah, and I'm a big Christmas person myself, so.
Yeah, so are we. We still do Christmas, and I mean, my kids are grown now, but yeah, we always did Christmas annual, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, might as well. Let's do more celebrations.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, do you want to start first with one of your favorite Christmas memories?
Yeah, so I was that kid growing up that could analyze a package from as many possible angles as possible and figure out what it was.
Okay.
So, and it was never even like I never unwrapped them. Now, if my parents used very light wrapping paper and you could see some words through it, that is not on me. That was on them.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. So I could either shake a present or look at its packaging, its size. I would like hyper feel it all over the place and I could figure it out. And this, over the years, I got better and better as I got older. So when I was a teenager, my parents thought that it would be hilarious. They came downstairs with this massive package, this massive box, and they put it under the tree, and I went running for it. I was a teenager. I was probably 14, 15 at the time. And I went running for it because whenever there were new presents, I had to shake them. And I start shaking this box, and all you hear are monkey sounds.
Nice.
My parents had put a monkey stuffed animal inside the box with like that box. Because you know how like as you get older, especially as a kid, your wants get smaller as far as like more expensive and tinier. You know? So I don't even remember what it was I was asking for. It was probably, if I was like 14, 15, like a CD player, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, so what they had done was taken my main Christmas gift, put it inside of this massive box with this monkey stuffed animal. So the minute that I shook it, that's all you could hear. And I was so mad and my parents laughed so hard.
I bet. Yeah. Yep. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. I know I like as I became a teenager, I really like actively tried not to figure out what was in the box because I love a Christmas surprise. Like I'm not like one of those surprise people, like don't throw me a surprise party. Like let me know how I need to dress and what kind of shoes I need to wear is like my biggest request when it comes to a surprise. But I love a Christmas gift surprise. And it's so funny because like this year he's already done it. My husband, I swear he can't keep a surprise from me. So he'd be like, oh, so I was over at place. And then he's like, I mean, I certainly wasn't over at place looking at not thing. I'm like, don't tell me. But yeah. There's a lot of fun in shaking a present. I can't believe they did that to you. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was
so
great.
Funny. I love it. I love it. That's actually smart. So mine from childhood, and I think we kind of like on our own, like did like a childhood, then like an adulthood, and then we were thinking about like being moms. So I just think that's really interesting. But mine from childhood is actually like it's about my little brother. So he's 3 years younger than me. So there was definitely a point in our growing up where like I was in like that preteen era, and like I was into like makeup and stuff like that, starting to get into all that, but he was still like a little kid. And I don't know how my parents were able to do this. They had to be so sneaky, but they left a like a toy train car like under the tree, like wrapped up. But there was a letter attached to it from Santa. And it said, I was not able to wrap this because it was so large. And, the reindeer had a hard time getting it, pulling it in the sleigh, all this. But if you go look under your bed, you'll find the rest of this gift. And he was not old enough to like, he was like, okay. And they were like, reread it again. What does it say? Go look under your bed. And he's like, oh, okay. So he goes around the corner, flips on his light, and he like pops down on the floor in that like little kid fashion where they look like little frogs. And he's like, a train. And he pulls out this box that I swear was as wide as he was tall at the time. And he did the whole thing that like I've seen dogs do with sticks trying to get in like the doggy door. He like runs to his bedroom door and he does like this in the doorway. And it was just like the most darling thing on the planet. It was so fun to witness because he was just so excited. And, it was back in the like the big camcorder days. So my dad had it on film. And so we would watch it every year for years. And like he was never embarrassed by it, which I think is really cool. Like he was like, I was so excited. That was like the best gift ever. So that is definitely one of my favorite Christmas stories as a kid, because it was just like, he just embodied that like joyful, childlike Christmas vibe. It was so fun.
I love that.
I know. It was precious.
Yeah. Have you ever had I can remember now just that story bringing up, I know Gabe scream. Like bloody curl scream when opening up presents before, just because of the sheer, like when he was younger, I think he was maybe 6 or 7 at the time. But have you ever had like just pure screaming from your kid when they opened up a present?
I'm trying to remember. Not that I can recall. Definitely, like, as he's gotten older, like, there've been, like, a little teary-eyed moments, like, oh my gosh, it's so cool that you did this.
Yeah.
I'm sure, because when that kid was younger, everything was, like, the best day ever. So Christmas was really the best day ever. Yeah. So, yeah. Not that I can recall, but I love that.
Yeah, so when Colin and I first got married, I was 18, he was 20, and we, for whatever reason, so we only lived 3 hours from home. And so I don't know why we weren't leaving until Christmas Day, but for whatever reason, we were leaving on Christmas Day. It might have been his leave or something from the military. But we were going to leave on Christmas Day and drive to Virginia to be with family, probably for Christmas and the week after. So we were sitting there, I remember Christmas Eve night, and we were watching TV or something, and I was like, oh, we've got to leave tomorrow to go home. And I was like, when are we going to open up our Christmas presents then? And like the ones that we bought for each other. And he's just sitting there and he's like, we're adults now. Can't we open them now? And I was like,
right?
Who let me be an adult? Oh my God. So we totally sat there at like 7, 8 o'clock Christmas Eve night and opened up the 2 presents, or the presents from each other, to and from each other, because we were leaving the next day. And
I love that.
I've always remembered that just that moment of like, oh my God, we're adults. We can do whatever in the hell we want.
I love it. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, what I think is funny about that too is that you're like, oh, 18 and 20 when we got married. I'm like, oh, babies.
Yeah. No, we were. But that's so still cute. Technically adults.
Yes. Oh, and man, when you're that age too, like, I mean, I still am like, how did I get like, I don't know, the keys to adulthood land? Like, how did I raise a human being to an adult? How am I the grown up in the room? Like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Seriously, it's the most bizarre thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So crazy. Well, so one of my favorite memories is, so when Mike and I got together, Danny was, I think, 6. And his dad was back in the States, out in North Carolina. Dad was in the military for the full 20 years, all that. So it just made sense for our kiddo to basically spend like the whole year minus a few weeks in the summer and like the week of between like Christmas and New Year's with his dad. Like, it just made sense. But it also meant that like I was not going to have my little kid come down the stairs on Christmas morning. And I was talking to Mike about that the first year, and because we got the, travel all set up probably in November. And I was like, I just can't imagine this. And he said, well, let's go out of town. And I was like, what? Huh? He's like, yeah, let's go take a trip. So that started a tradition that we had for many years. Anytime that Danny was away, is we would go somewhere different. And so I have been to wonderful, beautiful places here in the States at Christmas time. It's like I've been on Bourbon Street in the morning on Christmas morning, and it is quiet. It's like the only time it's actually quiet. Stuff like that. Been out at Key West on Christmas, all these things. But I think one of my favorite memories is actually our Santa Fe trip, because it snowed. So I got a white Christmas, which was awesome. But like, it felt like so many things went wrong. We were in this adorable boutique hotel that I think the gas fireplace was giving us a touch of carbon monoxide poisoning. Mike also realized that he did not know that he was susceptible to an altitude that high. So he actually got a little bit of altitude sickness. I was fine. Like normally, like that would be something that I would have a problem with, but it affected him. But it was so damn cold. So we're like trying not to use this fireplace too much, but it's an old building. So we're like huddled under all the covers. I brought warm clothes. I didn't bring warm enough clothes. But man, we had like the most motherly women in the kitchen at the hotel. So like every morning they had fresh tamales, and it was just like, and they were the perfect little abuelas. They really were. And they would come up and be like, "Did you get enough tamales, honey?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did. Thank you." We met cool people down in the lobby. We, had amazing Santa Fe, I almost said Tex-Mex, Santa Fe Mex, because it's different, and got to see some like amazing stuff while also freezing our ass off. So it's just altogether like the perfect example of like not everything is always going to go according to plan, but you can have so much fun nevertheless. And I highly recommend Santa Fe at Christmas, but maybe at the Hilton or Marriott. Just saying. Just gonna throw that out there.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, and it's gorgeous. Like in the old downtown Santa Fe, they do like the paper lanterns on everything too. So it was like snowing, and there was like Santa was out, just like hanging out. There were musicians, but these lanterns are all like on the roofs of the buildings around the square, and oh my god, just gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, we did. Actually, first I want to say, just in case, because of all of the stuff, if anybody listens to my podcast or is on my Patreon, we've had a lot of ghost activity that's picked up on a microphone lately. Mm-hmm. So just to let you all know, they are working on the roof. So if any footsteps do appear in the background, like good while we're talking, they're working on the roof. It's actual human beings, not ghosts. Okay. So good. I just want to throw that there. But we went to Vegas 3 years ago, mm-hmm. maybe, 3 or 4 years ago, like right leading up to Christmas. So we were there from like the 20th to like the 23rd or something like that. Yeah. Vegas is dead. the week of
It
Christmas.
is. We've done Vegas for Christmas too. Yeah.
The thing that you're going to run into, though, is like, we stayed at New York, and their main restaurant, like there's a ton of restaurants downstairs around the casino, but the main one was renovating. The little bar was redoing their floors. The roller coaster that comes out of the top of New York was down for maintenance that week. Like,
oh man.
They take the week of Christmas. Vegas, everyone in Vegas takes the week of Christmas to do the renovations and the upgrades and everything to the casinos and the hotels. So you could still go.
Yeah.
It's empty. It's great, but you may not be able to eat everywhere or, you know, have a extensive nightlife there.
Yeah. But I bet you're saving a lot of money on the room.
No, we took a group, like it was all the kids and like we had 2 different rooms and, you know, reservations. We bought Cirque du Soleil tickets, but I think they moved the date on us because like I put everything into my phone because if it's not in my phone, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I put the date in the phone for Yule, which was the 21st. And it was actually the 20th. So when we went down the 21st to go to Cirque du Soleil, they were like, that show was last night. And I was like, we couldn't get a refund either. So yeah, that was, anyway, but yeah, so we've done, I'm not going to lie. So my third story was going to be about the kids. My greatest memories, honestly, have just been since the kids have been older. You know, like we went to Vegas for the, you know, week before Christmas a few years ago. A couple of years ago, we did it at the top of Mount Lemmon. And then like Colin and I came down with, we think it was RSV. It was still great. It was still great to have the kids at home and, you know, it was all of that good stuff. But I can say I do remember that my daughter walked or followed my footsteps in shaking presents and figuring them out.
Yep.
So one year I pulled what my parents did to me and I took what she had gotten and I put it into a bigger box and I surrounded it with pill bottles. Like bottles of like Tylenol or vitamins. Yeah. They were vitamins. So when she shook it, it rattled like pill bottles because I had learned from my parents. I'm like, oh, I'm going to show her. Yeah. So I guess I passed down that tradition. Maybe that became a tradition for us. That's
hilarious. I love that. No, it's funny as you were telling me about Vegas. I'm like, oh yeah, we've been to Vegas at Christmas time. We actually did. We did several shows, and I remember we saw Blue Man Group at the Luxor on Christmas Eve night. But before we did that, we had sushi in the restaurant that's at the top of the pyramid, and it was just us and like one other family like way on the other side of the dining room, and they're like, well, you're our only reservations, so we'll just separate you out. It was like so cozy and romantic. But yeah, Vegas is super quiet around Christmas. Yeah. Anyway, loving the present shaking. Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh my God. No, I always try to wrap presents in like a different kind of creative way, at least like a couple of them. Like there's always like the big box that comes in that has like 2 little items in it or whatever from like Amazon or wherever. And so I love taking those big old boxes and like, or like a toilet paper box and like putting something little in there. So it's like this huge thing, but it's like, oh, here's our tiny present. So
I love doing that too. Yeah, I love doing that.
It's so fun. It's so fun. Well, my more modern, I guess my mom Christmas story is also since my kiddo's been technically an adult. And we were talking about this a little bit before we got on, that it's so interesting that we were like, both of us were just like doing so much around the holidays as moms of younger kids. And if you're listening, yes, I can hear the footsteps. So you can probably hear the footsteps if you're listening.
Yeah.
Actual humans, not ghosts. But yeah, it's interesting that's like as our kids got older, we actually had those memories. So that's just a little bit of advice from your 2 favorite witchy aunts, that if you are parent of a young kiddo, just like take a moment to like be with your kids and form some memories, because you can get caught up in all the doing. Yep. But that said, so a couple of years ago, we have kind of an L-shaped kitchen countertop situation, and my husband had the house built several years before we even met, so it made sense. Like, we got together, I moved in. That said, if I had had some say in it, I would have had a little more counter space, because there's not a lot. But we do have this like extra cart in the corner that like I can wheel into the kitchen as like an island. And so a couple of years ago, Danny and I wheeled that into the center of the kitchen, and we made like all of the Christmas candy and goodies from my childhood. We did chocolate covered pretzels. We did chocolate earthquake cookies or crinkle cookies. We did, I don't know, we probably had some pralines in there. We like all of these different candies and cookies and stuff just took over the kitchen. We made the biggest mess, and we had so much fun doing it. And we have not done it since, because it was a big job, but it was a lot of fun. And it's just one of those memories that I adore to this day.
Yeah, apparently my kids, because I shot my Christmas, we called it Christmas Nostalgia episode on my podcast with my kids weeks ago.
Nice.
But my daughter remembers making the melt-away mints, and I just sat there and I was like, oh my gosh, we did. Like the ones you can get from like Pepperidge Farm.
The little like butter mints?
Yes, buttermint thingies. So I guess I found a recipe for them one year, and we made those, and she's like, I remember those. Those were really good. And I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. So it was really cool hearing what they remembered from stuff growing up too. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So that's another thing to remember, is like the things that, it's like all the Christmas magic. I've seen it a lot this year, that it's like all the Christmas magic came from our moms. Came from women, right? Like Santa should actually be a woman, because
yes,
guys who pitch in and do their part or run Christmas, please don't get offended. Like, we don't mean anything by that. But even as we're busy being Santa Claus and all that, our kids are remembering some really fun stuff. So I love that. So cool.
I do have a question for you that came to mind.
Yeah.
Are you and Mike competitive about the gifts you get for one another?
No, but we're not competitive at all. We're just not like that. But I guess you guys are.
Yeah, it was always a thing of like who could, because Colin and I only get each other like one gift. And then the other ones, like as the kids were growing up, would come from the kids.
Yeah.
So we would always, like, it became a competition as to who could outgift the other person. Yeah. And Colin had an absolutely massive running streak. Like, I would put so much thought and effort into his presents. And I don't know how, but he would just always be able to, like, one-up me.
Amazing.
And then there was one year where we both, I think it was a missed mark for both of us about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We both messed it up. And ever since then, I think we've lost the competitive edge now. And now it's like whoever buys the present first. So like he came to me the other day. He's like, I just bought your Christmas present. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, I only spent $25. And I was like, okay. He's like, so that's your limit. And I'm like, oh,
okay.
All right. Yeah. So we've kind of, I don't know, as we get older, we get less competitive.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
No, I think Mike likes, like, it's because it's not even teasing. It's just kind of like, he enjoys, like, hinting to, like, help me to be able to guess, but I'm always over here like, stop it, I don't want to guess, like, I'm gonna figure it out, leave me alone, stop. Whereas I'm over here and he's like, so where'd you go shopping for my presents? I'm like, a place. Or like something shows up, he's like, oh, is there a package? Well, who's it for? Don't worry about it. I think don't worry about it might be like used the most around Christmas.
Yeah.
By myself. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas present. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to this year. Like, we're, of course, recording this weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
day. So it's on my agenda to go and spend Christmas with my nieces.
I'm so excited for you.
I am so excited. I have 3 nieces. They are age 7, 5, and 3, and I've never met the youngest.
Oh my gosh, that's the best ages for this time of year.
Yeah, so that's why my son just turned 21. My daughter's 23. She came home for Thanksgiving, so we asked our kid, like the one that's at home, we're like, hey, you can go with us. But like, I felt like I really needed that infusion of seeing Christmas through kids' eyes, like little kids' eyes again,
Yeah, I do.
So that's why I contacted my sister, and she just started crying. She's like, oh my God, please, please, please come home. And I was like, we're going to do it. Cause I wanted to be around little kids and
I love that.
And all of that. So hopefully the trip goes well. And of course I will update on social media as well, because we're supposedly driving for 3 days across country. So
it's a lot.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe this will start like a new Christmas tradition of Colin and I traveling for Christmas, because our kids are older, and we just travel for Christmas and do some. This is why I had kids early. That's why I had friends at the time that were like, just rip the Band-Aid off, like have your kids, back to back when you're younger, so that way you're like a hot 40-year-old mom that can do whatever she wants. And I was like, I love this. Let's do this. Like,
absolutely. Yeah, because we're in our early 40s with like kids in their 20s, and we're like, we can go party.
Go do whatever we want. Yes.
Exactly. I love that. Well, I highly recommend traveling at Christmas for like vacation or whatever, or like a road trip. It's so much fun. Just like you have to have the knowledge that like on Christmas Day, and sometimes Christmas Eve, like you might be eating at McDonald's because everything else is closed. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
We had the kids left one year and went back east on Christmas Day, because flights are super cheap on Christmas Day too. Just to let y'all know. So they left really early Christmas morning, and Colin and I were sitting around that night, and we were like, well, we've already opened presents and we already had our big dinner. And Colin was like, what's open? And I was like, Chinese food. And he goes, oh, so we went and got Chinese food one Christmas Day, and I was like, man, I love this tradition. We tried to get Gabe involved last year. Like, hey, your sister's not going to be here for Christmas. Let's get Chinese food on Christmas Day. And he's like, no, I want a Christmas dinner. And we're like, damn it. But
freaking kids and their traditions.
I
love it. Yeah. So much fun. Well, thanks so much for tuning in today,
y'all.
Got
a card.
Oh, we do. Sorry, I forgot. Card. Silly me.
No, we're still good on time, so I'm going to pick a card from this fun fluster deck. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of them, so.
I know. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
What would you want a wild Friday night to look like when you're 80 years old?
Okay. I have an answer to this. So there is this cute theater here in Dallas. It is called the Pocket Sandwich Theater. Local folks, if you're listening, they moved it from Mockingbird Station. It's up in Carrollton now, in case you were missing it. It is called the Pocket Sandwich Theater because they have cute little like dinner items, but like one of their marquee items is a pocket sandwich. So it's a little sandwich, fries, all this. Anyways, they have popcorn throwing shows where like literally everyone gets a little thing of popcorn and you're supposed to throw it at the actors. Every year they do like Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, all these. It's just so much fun. And it's a very intimate theater. Even though they moved to a new place, it's still very small and intimate. We were in there one day, and there was a group of the Red Hat ladies. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They were front row with their popcorn at the ready. And I'm like, let's go. They were drinking. They were hooting and hollering. They were so much fun. They almost stole the show because they were so fun to watch. So that's what a wild, crazy night in my 80s, I hope, looks like.
Oh my God, I love that.
I know. I loved them. It's amazing.
So for me, we're very much we're a TV movie family, but we're also a board game movie or family.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a comedian, I want to say it was Dane Cook back in the day when he was big, like when he first started out. He had a joke about how every game of Monopoly starts the same, everyone's happy, and then at the end you're ready to kill each other. And he said, one of the comments he says is, y'all are gonna have to excuse my language, but it's hilarious because you have to say it correctly. Yeah. He's like, "Where'd you get the pink 50s, Grandma? Grandma's a cheating whore." And that has stuck with me. So I am gonna be the cheating whore grandma with pink 50s shoved down her sleeve that's playing the grandkids on a wild Friday night. That's gonna be me.
I love it. I'm here for it. Amazing. So funny.
Yep.
Well, now I can thank you for being here. I got ahead of myself. Thanks so much for listening. We are, of course, still accepting your witchy and or spooky stories. If you have like a weird alien encounter, we'd love to read that too. So please send that in to twowitchestalkingpod, P-O-D, @gmail.com. We did receive another story this week, and so there was a question at the end. They asked, do you do spooky stories? Because I have some of those. I'm like, yes, we do. So send those in, and we'll read them on the air. We'll keep it anonymous for you, unless you tell us otherwise. And we are on a lot of the places online. So we're on Instagram at Two Witches Talking. We're also on YouTube at the Inked Goddess Creations YouTube channel, which is very easy to find. Just type it in the search bar, and we are one of the podcasts there. And we also have a free Patreon as well, where you can watch the videos, you can comment. It's a little more intimate space. And all you have to do is find us on Patreon at Two Witches Talking. And I think that is it. So thanks again for listening. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
See y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.